I apologize to everyone for this, but as you could see, PlayStation Network is merciless today, and there are obviously outages. I'm not sure what game could have been released today. I do not have anything in my diary, but there may be something major happening on the network. I don't know what that might be, and it's just affecting obviously the quality of my broadcast. I keep getting disconnected out of the blue, and that is infuriating. Without any prior warning, I'm not even getting the error network sign anymore. So what can I do? It just keeps happening. I was telling you about those chairs and said that Crosshair seemed quite good. I didn't find it particularly comfortable, and if I was to be using it every day, well, I'm not certain. It seems to be a major investment, and the chair did not seem to be as comfortable as expected, so I'll have to still look for other ones. But the other chairs they had there were less comfortable, and what is important is for those chairs to be with a very upright back, and then you need to have those support cushions both for one's neck and for one's lower back. That's really critical, because your lower back and your neck get very affected during the gameplay. And indeed, I'll carry on with my investigation. I was quite happy with what I've seen yesterday, and it was a wonderful day being able to try all that equipment, talk to some of the specialists, see what the game display is going to be on those top-notch setups. It's particularly impressive on that 3-screen setup, I have to say. I tried some of the laptops as well. They were very good, and they had excellent quality graphics. The only problem there is they lack proper cooling system, and I think for anyone who is a regular broadcaster, I would advise them against the purchase of those laptops, because they're extremely expensive, and for the same amount they can be obviously accessing much better quality with very good cooling system of desktops, and that will serve them much better in a long term. Laptops are particularly useful if you are without your geographic location, if you're traveling quite a lot and go around the world, if you're doing simpler streams, and the streams which are not going to be as taxing on your system. In fact, as you know, I'm not using video on mine, and therefore my streams are not as taxing on the system. But then on the other hand, there are many other things you can do if you are in a proper home/office-based setup. So I mean, I do require both setups, one which is kind of based at certain location, and required one which is mobile, that can go around the world. So it's always it's the best if you have obviously everything, but it all depends on what your current schedule is, and indeed what revenue you have available, because with laptops frequently they will have some changes applied within a short period of time, such as upgrades, updates, or any other changes of tech, and therefore they become outdated instantly, and that's the trouble with such investments. So I think if you're considering... Oh, Igus is here. Hello, Igus. How are you doing? Good to see you, sir. Long time no see. How's everything? And Igus is asking, how's it going today? Well, to be honest with you, sir, I had a wonderful day so far. Yesterday was a very long day in central London. I got up at 5 in the morning, and I got back home after midnight. Had lots of things to do, and I was just describing the time I spent in PC World, where I was together with the specialists there exploring their new gaming hub, a brand new section of that store. It's in very centre of London. It's at Tottenham Court Road, and it is very impressive. They used to have a home cinema hub in there, but that's been replaced by gaming due to its popularity. So that was wonderful. I spent quite a few hours there, and then I had a dinner at St Pancras Hotel, which is a wonderful place also in central London. It's not that recent. In the last 5-6 years, one section has been kind of redone, and it is extraordinarily historic and palatial. Having dinners in there is always a unique experience. In fact, one of the managers was yesterday introducing me to the new thing, which is called the chef's table. Can you imagine the chef's table? And what it is you have a private area which is next to the massive kitchen which they have in the basement of that incredibly palatial hotel, and it's a kind of a special thing, for VIPs. And what you get is I think it's for up to 8 guests. It's a small round table, and the chefs are going to be preparing a surprise dinner, which could be either your 5-course dinner or 8 or 9-course dinner. And you know, you will get all kinds of niceties, and you just have to state what you do not like, or what you do not eat. It's quite extraordinary, and for really very you know, special events, if you have a business party brought in, or kind of top executives, or you know, something which is on sort of top echelon of any form of business activity, it is a once in a lifetime experience, believe you me. I will post some pictures, I think, on some of my forums, but they're not strictly speaking gaming related, and it is extraordinary. And you know, the chefs are going to be cooking this incredible 5, 7 or 9 course, I think he said, hang on a minute, he said it was 5-course meal and 7-course meal. I think it's 5 and 7-course meal. That's right. It's 2 options, because the 7-course meal gets I think 2 starters, 2 desserts, and some other extra. So it's really quite extraordinary. And yeah, so it was it was quite an experience, and I absolutely loved the way they've adapted the section of the old railway station, because St Pancras was a railway station. And they integrated into this incredibly massive, wonderful historic hotel. So, if you, I mean, to put in perspective, if you're not familiar with London, if you've seen the House of Parliament on the TV, it's you know, old Gothic interior, the Gothic architecture. Well, this building is one of the most monumental Gothic buildings in London, and it's very similar on the inside. It's like coming to one of those Gothic churches, and just you know, try to sort of picture it, coming there and having a dinner and having your guests, and you know, it's quite an experience. So it was wonderful. And today I had a lot of good rest, a really good night's sleep, and then after that I've been faced by PlayStation network problems. I had to restart my broadcast 6 times already, so that is very annoying and highly hair-raising. Not something I want to see. I'm not streaming Anthem because of that reason, and today we've had it so many times on our Destiny stream. But you know, the reason I'm also providing you with a lengthy introduction and talking about all these other things is I'm worried that once I start with the gameplay, there will be you know, some sort of interference, and will be yet again needing to restart, and I want to absolutely at all costs to avoid that. Yeah. How are you, sir? How is iGoose? How is Anthem? Everybody wants to hear how is Anthem if you're playing it on PlayStation. Matthias is also playing Anthem, I know, and there's some other people also from our community doing it. In fact, I'm waiting for that big update to be released in order to kill off all the infinite screens and crashes which have been caused on PS4, and once that is indeed confirmed by BioWare, then I will be doing my streams here as well. But I'm curious to hear from you, sir. How are you finding Anthem? We played Anthem together. Igus says Anthem is great and loving it, but I've been switching between that and Apex. Well, these are the best games in the industry, the most enjoyable games at the moment. Can you just tell us a bit, sir, about something that has been kind of received frostily by the community, and that's the Anthem storyline and its narrative. There has been a lot of concern expressed in online press on what they experience as being far. Does the story work well with combat and everything else in the game? Narrative, and they were focusing a lot more on combat, and all the online press did confirm that combat was astonishing and that everyone just loved it. One of the best tactical shooters altogether. Igus says that their storyline could use some work. I feel like BioWare has done a better job on games before, but it's a good game, especially Vision. This is a tactical multiplayer, and you're playing a specialist team of 4, where each suit provides you with different abilities. I absolutely agree. I personally feel that Anthem has to be like the Division 1, played together with a team from the beginning. It provides you with a different kind of experience, and also the in-game algorithm is giving you different types of activities. And this has been a bone of contention between the reviewers and BioWare from the beginning. You remember when we played that weekend on the open demo, and I announced to everyone here in my community that during the week, during the afternoon of that Sunday, we are going to be able to access those world events, and they will have to be played on the hard difficulty level in order to be accessed. So yourself, your friend, and myself did exactly that, and we, if you remember, we were playing against that Ash Titan, ancient Ash Titan, and that was awesome. But lots of reviewers didn't do that, you know. What they did was they played solo, and then they complained that there was lack of content. And I just find that astonishing, because BioWare did say to everyone, you've got to do it in a team, and you've got to be doing it on the hard difficulty level. So, you know, I thought Anthem gameplay will have to be exactly the same in order to be fully experienced. And it's always the best if one can create a team at the beginning and then have a steady team for the entire gameplay. Random matchmaking is taxing. Coming back to your point about Apex, you would have seen on my channel that I played Apex quite a bit, and I had a kind of 2 promo weeks for the game as well, promotional weeks, and I had one stream which was the record stream of mine of all times, 30 hours and 45 minutes. Very unusual for me because I don't do these kind of marathon streams and the lengthy ones, and it was all down to the team that was on board, and it was right at the beginning, you know, when the game kicked off. And I just find Apex to be very, very enjoyable. I think it's a very good game. Lots of glitches, lots of technical problems, but equally are very focused on teamwork, and particularly good if you're doing it in a steady team. Also, with new characters and seasons coming in, there's going to be a lot of fun still to be had. Frosty reception for the season. Oh no, this dreaded internet connection yet again. It's got nothing to do with my internet. It's all on PlayStation Network. It keeps giving me this message yet again. When is it going to end? Coming back to the community and what they said, they were not happy with just one new character being introduced. You know, they said, well, it seems to be that one character and a few bits here and a few bits there. People forget that creating new content is extremely difficult. You know, it's time consuming, it requires major teams working on it. I'm not sure what people expect. What, 3 new characters within 1 month? It's just not possible. There's absolutely no work resources for that to be completed. And it seemed good. The only thing is that the new character has this ultimate weapon, which is your launch pad. Don't know whether you tried it, but the launch pad seems to be slow, and because it's slow, what happens is when you jump on it, you need to pull your weapon and then shoot from kind of elevated position. And I think that that's quite hard to use. I mean, you have to be quite close to the enemy. Enemy is obviously real people. They're very fast. And Igus says, yeah, it's very fun. I need to get back to it. I got on the other day and it was doing terrible. Yeah, but I'll get back on track soon, I hope. Well, I wouldn't say that you were doing terrible. It's very likely that you were just jumped by some really tactical teams. People did say that many people, you know, many gamers coming in have no prior experience of gaming. This is nonsense. I've come across and I've played very many matches. I played probably more than 700 matches on Apex. I can tell you there's some absolutely terrific tactical teams in there. They're brilliant, and they all had come from Battlefield, from PUBG, Fortnite, and other tactical shooters, from Rainbow Six. They know exactly what they're doing. So if you come across one of those teams and you're not on a team that is sort of, you know, completely squared away, it's very difficult. Igo says, sorry buddy, that's a drag. Hope things get better with the connection. Got to get ready for work now, but it was good talking to you, my friend. Have a good one. Well, thank you so much, sir, for coming in. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for providing us with the feedback on Anthem. That's wonderful. We are all waiting for those glitches to be resolved. And indeed, we all wish you a very, very good day. We look forward to seeing you here again as soon as possible. So, we talked about all sorts, everything gaming related, and we are yet again getting this dreaded error screen. So I don't know whether you guys can see the game or whether it's still presenting you with that error screen, but I'm not sure what I can do. I'm literally at the end of my tether in here. I don't know what to do in order to remedy this. just keeps happening by itself. There's nothing wrong with my internet, it's as good as always, and PlayStation Network keeps providing me with those error messages. So I don't know what's going on my can somebody tell me, do you see the picture or do you see that error message or the error screen? I'm restarting constantly and I'm getting exactly the same thing, so I don't know what's going on. Well, you know, that's the beauty of our state-of-the-art technology. If something goes wrong, then error screen yet again. I'll have to restart the broadcast yet again. But how many times did we restart it already? I'm getting this dreaded error screen on my display as well. It doesn't even want to connect. Look at this. I'm really sorry about this, but there's nothing I can do. I have to restart the broadcast yet again for the umptieth time. It's just ridiculous. Please stay with us. I'll be back instantly.